You're given money, but you have no clear plan for what to do with the other 90%. Given to God, and that's the only thing that you've got planned for your money? What about the rest? If you're convinced God wants you to plan what to do with 10% of your money, like tithing, don't you think you'd want to be just as planned out with the other 90%? What's up, everybody? It's your boy, StephenMotivate, back again with another episode of The Journey. And today we want to talk about 7 mistakes that Christians make after church that affects their money too. So before we get into it, hey, if you're enjoying these episodes, like, subscribe. We'd love to hear from you in the comments as well. But let's get right in. Number 1, inspiration without exploration. So sermon on Sunday is forgot on Monday. Really forgotten by the afternoon for most of us. So you get all excited, but you don't even know what was discussed. You don't study it to be convinced that it didn't just sound good, but that it was good for you. And so we got to do better, folks, right? We've got to take notes because note takers are world shakers. And after you take the notes, you got to go back and review them and make sure you know, like the old Christians would say, that what's been preached is actually something you can apply. Don't just be inspired without exploring what inspired you. Number 2, tithing without tracking. You're given money, but you have no clear plan for what to do with the other 90%. Given to God, and that's the only thing that you've got planned for your money? What about the rest? If you're convinced God wants you to plan what to do with 10% of your money, like tithing, don't you think you'd want to be just as planned out with the other 90%? In fact, doesn't the Bible teach us a parable that says, if you're faithful over a few things, you will be ruler over much? So that doesn't just imply that you should be applying the same level of planning with a larger portion of money as you are with a small amount of money. Don't tithe only. Tithe and track. Too many Christians tithe, but they don't track where their money's at. All right, number 3, not connecting with churchgoers. The whole point of church is for you to get into community, fellowship with like-minded people. So how many of us are guilty of just running to the car, not striking up a conversation, not connecting, not building community? And look, let's be real. We're in a world where everyone feels more comfortable on their phone than in a face-to-face conversation. In fact, it can be quite intimidating to make a real person conversation happen. But trust me, there are opportunities, there are jobs, there are businesses, investments, relationships at your fingertips every time you go to church. You've just got to decide to actually force yourself to talk to some of the most antisocial or overly social people in the world, if you know what I mean. Sometimes the one who want to talk, especially at church, are way too hype. Like, okay, please relax. It's like nobody's that excited to see me. That's artificial. But if you can push past all of that, you'll be glad you did, because you're going to make connections that could truly affect your money. Number 4, too emotional. It's just emotion taking me over, right? Just like the song. Picture this, you're hyped, church was so good, the word was good, praise was on point, and you're feeling ready to win. And before you know it, you're agreeing or planning to go out to eat, knowing you already got food at home that needs cooked. So you're so happy, so hyped, so emotional that you're agreeing to unplanned expenditures that Sunday afternoon that start with a dinner that then turns into going to the mall and so on and so forth. So go home and eat after church. Eat what you've got in the fridge. Save your budget from these unexpected expenses that are truly driven by your emotions. Oh, I know this is stepping on folks' toes, but never in all my years have I heard a church pastor telling the congregation to fast from spending unexpectedly on restaurant food when you've got food at home. You always hear about fasting, but what about fasting from spending after a good word? Don't go out to eat. Actually, go home. We've got to become more self-aware of our tendency to frivolously spend when we don't have to. So, okay, I'm moving on from that. Number 5, praying without planning. So last time that I checked, Joshua got divine direction and divine instruction. In other words, he was given a specific plan. And we do a lot of praying, but don't come out with any type of plan, steps, strategy. Your money requires a plan. And yes, you can and should pray for money and for more of it, but don't stop there. You also need a plan, action steps. Just like Joshua had, walk around the wall. Even when the plan defies typical logic, it's still a plan. So we got to stop praying without planning. If you're praying for a new job, start planning for a new job. If you're praying for a new opportunity, start planning for a new opportunity. If you're praying for new territory, start planning for new territory. If you're praying for new money, start planning for what you're going to do when the money arrives. Stop praying without planning. Once church is over and you got that good word, all right, let's get a plan in place. Okay, number 6, desire provision, but you resist instruction. So we will pray heaven down for financial provisions. Let the pastor preach on money and the church will be excited, be inspired, enthusiastic about the Lord's ability to work a miracle, to eliminate debt, but underwhelmed. We get underwhelmed about studying money principles that are biblically based. When Paul tells Timothy to study to show yourself approved, he's talking about that word there means to make every effort. And then in Proverbs 4:7, it says, wisdom should be gotten. Wisdom is the principal thing, so get wisdom. So you've got to make every effort to get wisdom on a subject, not just have an earnest desire to have supernatural things fall out of heaven, but you've got to make an effort to learn how to handle your money and your life when church is over. Sunday mornings have never been or attempted to be enough to practice everything you need to really excel beyond Sunday. Okay, enough of that. Last point, number 7. I hope this is helping you. Your mindset determines your money. So if you're waiting on next Sunday in order to succeed monetarily, in my opinion, you're going to be waiting forever. Like, do you truly believe that there is an opportunity for you to live and breathe and not have to filter every single decision through the question of, can I afford this? If that's true, if you think your money is going to grow beyond your mindset, frankly, you're wrong. You're going to have to spend some time building your mind in a way that motivates you to believe that you can achieve financial freedom. You can go beyond the limitations of what you've done, what you've seen from friends, family, everyone around you. You might be the first generation to actually break free where you don't have to ask the question, can I afford it? Rather, you ask the question, is this something I want to do or should do? But your money is connected to your mind. And so after church is over and you kind of go and do your own thing, you've got to remember that you still have to build your mind into a money-making machine. You have to motivate yourself. You have to be determined to really see yourself as not having money issues anymore. Too many people after church, we do everything but focus on building the mind we need that will allow us to be more generous or give more. And so I want you to really think about this. Next time you go to church, when church is over, what are you going to do to work on your own mind? Whatever you do, your money, if you do the right things, will be better for it when you develop your mind to be a money-making machine. All right, that's 7 tips, 7 things that Christians need to do after church is over that matter to your money too. I hope that helped you as much as it helped me. If you're looking to build your freedom for the next step of your journey and have a firm financial foundation, look, I want to help you get there. We've got some links below that you can click. If you need help, I'm here for you. Until next time, it's your boy StephenMotivate. Stay motivated. Peace.